7 centuries ago, Arbroath Abbey played a central part in the nation's life. Just 6 years after the Battle of Bannockburn, it was here that Scotland's leaders met to draw up a statement of nationhood. Today, Arbroath is probably best known for something quite different. But its picturesque harbour disguises the consequences of industrial decline. In the shadow of the Abbey, Martin Fair reflects on the relevance of his training to be a 21st century minister.
I was equipped for sure to lead worship on a Sunday morning, but I was under-equipped for what happened during the week. And most certainly, I was not provided with the tools that would allow me to lead a church which was properly about engagement with the community. There was lots of talk of mission and what that meant, but how actually you put that into practice, I think we were very short on those kinds of skills. So I think what we've had to do since is learn on the job.
Martin and his congregation began to look for new ways of engaging with their parish. Facing alcohol and drug abuse, poverty and homelessness, St Andrew's Church set up a drop-in centre.
Anyway, if the husband's on David, it'd be one night to go out.
It began in the church, but soon found premises nearby where they could open 5 days a week, almost all year round. It's staffed by members and friends of the church, some paid, some volunteers.
I was a heroin user once. I'm on the methadone programme now, and Havilah is the one place that we can go to just to forget our problems. It's the friendship that they don't hit you with the Bible at all. You get your cup of tea, your toast, your soup. If you want, they don't push it upon you. That's awful nice of them. It's given me belief. I'm starting to believe again. God is true, and He is there for you.
As well as volunteering, the congregation sponsors professional residential rehabilitation.
Success is to get someone believing in themselves and having hope that they have a future. It's not always about sending people to rehab, it's to try and get them off of drugs, support them to get off drugs, and know that they could either, just fill their potential, either go to college, help them get into employment.
Can I take two?
But just have one just now till everybody gets one, Luke, okay?
Most of these guys and girls are ashamed of the way they live, they're ashamed of themselves, their families are broken down, and it's just helping them achieve their potential.
But no sooner had Havilah opened to deal with alcohol and illegal drugs than a new problem arrived: legal highs.
Well, my son was 17 and he started taking illegal highs. I didn't notice the signs at first. It was just one night that he came home pretty late, and I was in my bedroom and I could hear this howling like an animal. And I went downstairs and he was tearing at his face and his neck. I went and seen my local minister. He helped and got in contact with the carers, which I could talk to certain people in there, because I thought I was going out of my head with worry, because you only talk to your family so much and then they get sick of you because they don't want to hear you drone on about it, because they kept saying to me, kick him out, throw him out. But I couldn't do that because I knew he would die. I thought he would die if he went out in the street.
Martin was shocked to find 2 shops openly selling legal highs, one opposite the town's youth cafe and one beside Havilah.
Well, this is our Havilah premises. We call it Community Spirit. It's right in the heart of our parish. It's ideal for our purposes. So, to our astonishment, we had a legal high shop right next to our project, which is about tackling the problems of drug addiction and such like in our town. We just thought to ourselves, this can't be right, this cannot happen. And we as a church cannot just stand back and say nothing and do nothing about it.
Martin's campaign resulted in a Facebook page which attracted over 1,000 supporters in one day. One shop is now closed, the other has announced it will also close. St Andrew's Church is also home to a weekly meeting for young mums and their children. It was started by a member of the congregation who was concerned that the social work department had very limited resources to support young families, some of them having to deal with drink, drugs and domestic violence.
We taught the girls to knit, to sew on buttons, to do just what would appear to be basic menial tasks.
This was a bit that my sister gave.
The sense of satisfaction and achievement for the mums who have knitted a jumper for their child or who've managed to repair some clothes is quite immense, actually.
We first went to Mum and Me when Amy Lee was 6 months old. I got separation and anxiety issues. Didn't want to leave my house, suffering from postnatal depression. When I walked in, everyone was really welcoming and non-judgmental, I think.
Now, we don't go out and spend a lot of money on the activities that we're doing. We try to do things that will be well within their budget and that won't break the bank for them, so that they can then go and replicate these things as well. Such as spending time in the park, how you can entertain a child for some time in a park without spending any money. How you can go to the swimming pool and spend time at the swimming pool. Okay, you have to pay to go in, but once you're there you can spend quite a bit of time exercising with the kids and spending time with them.
I'm not the same person that walked in at Mum and Me almost 2 years ago now. I'm much more self-aware, self-confident as my abilities as a mum. She is just so confident. That child has no fear and she's so happy. That just seeing the smile in the morning just lights you up. Thank you.
I am a parent. I have experienced being parented in a very nice and good way. I had a good start in life, and I have drawn on that for parenting my own children. I don't think that's mine to keep, and I think that in order to make sure that we are keeping our children, and when I talk about our children, I'm talking about all the children in the town, safe, healthy, and growing up and being able to experience what I've experienced in life, then I think that I have to help and pass that on. It's not mine to hang on to.
More and more churches are waking up to the fact that we've all got to be ministers. We've all been given gifts, skills, experiences that allow us to make a difference. Now, what we're about here is taking that to the nth degree. We want to motivate and equip people to use their Christian calling and to use their skills to be involved in programmes like Mum and Me and in our Havilah ministry, to make a difference in the world. And that, I'm sure, is how the church is going to re-find its place in Scotland today.